Hi, this is Rain.
And this is RavenWynd, and you're listening to the Feather and Bone podcast. Two witches talking about everything witchy and nothing at all.
Right before you hit record, I had my shirt up, showing you my belly.
Yeah, I was trying my best to ignore it.
I didn't realize you were about to hit record.
You have your pants drawn all the way up to your tits.
Like I'm 80. All right. So, this is the podcast I was supposed to do on Gris bags.
Yep.
And guess what? I didn't do it.
Well, you quasi did it.
Yeah, quasi.
Yeah, because like
your level of organization and preparation, I am not even going to attempt.
Yeah.
To get there, it's not going to happen.
Because you were like,
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, well, and because you were like, here's what I have to say, and like you said it to me.
I had like two little paragraphs.
Yeah, and I'm like, how the fuck are we going to get an entire episode out of what you did?
So we decided she would do the research.
Yeah, and come up with some history and some notable facts and things like that. So once again,
I love how the Reese cups, you just said they were for later and yours is already gone.
Well, I meant later when the offspring left, because I didn't think she was going to be here when I got here.
Oh, okay.
Or I would have bought enough for all three of us.
Look how thick that is.
Oh, it's the Reese's Big Cup that has the pieces in it. 200 calories per cup.
You like big things.
I really do. I really do. Okay. So, Gris bags. The origin of the word Gris is unclear. Oh, my sources. I forgot. TheMystica.com.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. And then,
what?
ICSedwick.com. IC Sedwick. SEDWICK. Sedwick.com.
Okay.
I didn't even realize the name of that website until I just copy and paste it. But anyway. So the origin of the word's unclear. But some scholars trace it to juju, the West African name for fetish or sacred object. Not the fetish that we think of as Americans.
I don't know why my mind went to foot fetish.
Yeah. We've actually talked about that several times in the past few weeks. It's come up in just natural conversation.
Really?
Yeah, the foot fetishes.
Has it?
Yeah. That's weird.
Well, most of our conversations are weird, so...
Well, there's that. You're like, what weirdness are we talking about now? Traditionally, they're adorned with Islamic sculpture. The bags warded off bad luck and evil spirits. Surprisingly, both believers and non-believers use the bags. Both worn and attached to buildings, the bags seem to appeal to a common belief in the jinn. Now it's spelled DJINN.
Mm-hmm.
These are genies. Now it's not like I'm a genie in a bottle.
It's like that one on Gods of America, American Gods.
Yeah. Or even what you would see in like the TV show Supernatural.
Like that one that was having sex with the cab driver.
Yeah. There's supernatural creatures in early pre-Islamic Arabian and later Islamic mythology and theology. Okay. So juju may be in European translation for the expression gru, hence it got changed to gris.
I would have never put any of that in there, right?
I know. That's why I'm here. Or it may refer to the French word, now, adults, Jou, so it'd be juju.
Hey, you're the French student.
I know the alphabet in French. That's it.
How do you say J in French?
J.
So juju.
Yeah, that's what I said. Which means doll or plaything. So juju means doll or plaything. Most of the African fetishes were shaped like dolls, and early Europeans on the West African coast may have mistaken serious religious objects for innocent-looking poppets. In the book Witchcraft by Walter Gibson, it states that fetish denotes any object possessed by a holy spirit, while juju more specifically meant a charm. something witch doctors needed to make their medicine work, for either good or ill. In the Dictionary of Superstitions and Mythology, published in 1927, juju is defined as the West African name for fetish, also called gris-gris. So there's a little bit of crossover, and you see that a lot with anything hoodoo, voodoo. There's a lot of crossover between terminology and, they're meaning the same things. Gris-gris makes its first appearance in the New Orleans historical record in 1734. Practitioners of voodoo adopted the bags, which are also common in the practice of hoodoo. While many of the slaves used gris-gris as a form of medicine, colonists feared the practice. Because,
Colonists where?
New Orleans. Like, Victorian times. Earlier than that, because 1734. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. The gris-gris became traditional in New Orleans, where they were used for various things such as attracting money and love, stopping gossip, protecting the home, maintaining good health, and achieving innumerable other ends. So basically, a gris-gris can be used for any fucking thing that you want to use it for.
Except contraception. Always use actual condoms.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could try. I don't know how well, that would work out for the lady on the end of that equation. At one time, every police officer was known to carry a gris-gris for protection. A gris-gris is Jesus. Ritually, this is our first we're recording a lot of podcasts again today. This is our first one. We just started, and already my mouth is like, no.
And I'm zero help.
You're just sitting there huffing on your vapor.
I've got CBD oil in it.
Oh, well. And she just smiles at me. A gris-gris is ritually made at an altar containing the 4 elements of earth. They have, they said, salt, air, incense, water, and fire. Of course, you use water for water, and a candle flame for fire. The number of ingredients placed in the gris-gris is always 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or 13.
Oh, shit. Hang on. I'm good.
Okay, because it says that ingredients should never be an even number or more than 13. Stones and colored objects are chosen for the occult and astrological meanings corresponding to the purpose for which the gris-gris is to be used. Legends concerning the famous New Orleans voodoo queen Marie Laveau claim her gris-gris contained bits of bone, colored stones, graveyard dust, also called gopher dust, salt, and red pepper. Other more elaborate gris-gris were made of bird nest and horsehair weavings.
Isn't that the lady that Asen follows?
Marie Laveau? She's dead.
No, but I mean the stuff she...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that she was a voodoo... she was considered a voodoo queen. She's pretty famous in New Orleans. People go to her grave and everything, to leave her offerings. A red flannel... You're doesn't he follow her? I'm what, on Twitter?
No.
On Instagram? She's dead.
Because he's given me a couple things to use, when I'd go to court. I'm not going to say specifically what it was, but he'd be carry this in your pocket. This is what so-and-so would tell you.
It could be. I mean, I'm not really...
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, because I'm not really versed in this area. It's something that you and I both want to kind of learn more about. But I wouldn't be able to tell you any names of famous practitioners. A red flannel bag holding a lodestone or a magnet was a gambler's favorite gris-gris, which was supposed to absolutely guarantee good luck. Another favorite gris-gris of gamblers was made of, oh shit.
It was made of shit?
No, it was made of chamois. It's a type of fabric. It's a chamois. Chamois, I don't know. A piece of red flannel, a shark's tooth, pine tree sap, and dove's blood. The dove's blood and sap were mixed together.
Poor dove.
Right. The dove's blood and sap was mixed together, and this mixture was used to write the amount that the gambler wished to win on the cloth, which was then wrapped in the red flannel with the shark's tooth between the two layers, all of which was sewn together with cat's hair. I'm assuming you would have to have a long-haired cat to use it to sew. Yeah, this charm was supposedly worn in the left shoe to bring good luck, but it was often uncomfortable. I would imagine. Yeah, the look you're giving me, like what?
I'm trying to imagine sewing something with a piece of cat hair.
Well, so I know one time I saw on the internet where this lady was taking cat hair. And you know how they would like make wool and they would have those two paddles that they would.
No.
Okay, so there's when you're working with raw wool, there's two paddles and they have metal bristles on them. You put the raw wool between and you keep brushing, and it will smooth it out and everything, and then you're able to take it and put it on a spinner's wheel and make, thread out of it. So maybe they did that with cat hair. Like, I don't know. I know I saw on the internet a woman did it with cat hair.
That's a lot of cat hair, man.
Yeah. She probably went to like maybe like a pet groomer and got all the hair from them. I kept wanting to say salon for some reason. The pet salon. Anyway, what was referred to as putting a gris on someone, a person. Okay, let me start that sentence again because it was not coming out right at all. What was referred to as putting a gris on a person could be used to bring others bad luck or misfortune. Such gris filled with gunpowder or red pepper were thrown on a person or at his door, supposedly to get him in a fight. They were also made to get rid of people. Marie Laveau was said to have written a person's name on a small balloon, then tied it to a statue of Saint Expedite. Is there a Saint Expedite?
I have no idea.
I guess so. And then when it was released, the person would supposedly depart in the same direction as the released balloon took. Leaving a gris, usually containing powder, for a person generally yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time today.
I'm having a hard time today, so don't feel bad.
Anyway, leaving a gris, usually containing powder for a person that was not in voodoo, usually meant that they needed to watch their step. So I guess that what they're saying is like you wouldn't, like if you were going to have a gris to harm somebody, you wouldn't give that to someone who was in voodoo because they would understand what it was for. So usually if you was not into voodoo and you found one, you're like, fuck, I've been cursed. So anyway, I really wish you'd help. Like you're just sitting there just nodding.
I'm learning.
You're learning. Yeah, but like I'm just like reporting a book report now. Like
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, how would you give a gris to somebody and them not know it was a gris?
Well, I'm assuming they mean like to hide it, and if they find it, they'll be like, oh, what's this? But like if a practitioner found it, they'd be like, I know what the fuck this is, and then they would do some magic back at you. True. One of Marie Laveau's more horrible.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. You're like, yes. You're like, give me a pen. Right, there's one. I'll take notes. One of her more horrible gris reputedly was a bag made from the shroud of a person that had been dead for 9 days. So she would dig the person up or break it. Well, it's New Orleans, so she probably just broke into their tomb because they don't bury people down there.
They don't?
Oh. I mean, there are some cemeteries where they bury people in New Orleans, but where they're below sea level, they don't really stay. and where it's so wet, like they can't. So that's why there's so many above ground tombs.
Like mausoleums?
Yeah. So she would, get in there and take the shroud off of a dead person. Had to be dead for 9 days. And then it contained the following ingredients: a dried one-eyed toe.
Wait, what?
A dried one-eyed toad.
I thought you said toe.
Toad. So you would have to take a frog.
How the fuck you find a frog with one eye?
Well, I'm assuming you would make it have one eye.
That's fucked up.
Kill it. And they probably don't waste things. So the one eye they take out is probably set aside for something else. So I guess you would, take the eye out, kill it, dry it. Okay.
What about kill it, take the eye out, and dry it?
Well, but then it wouldn't have been a one-eyed toad. It would have been a two-eyed toad that you killed. I'm assuming it would have to be living with one eye before it could be considered a one-eyed toad.
Wow.
And this is just me speculating. I don't know. That makes sense in my brain. Anyway, the little finger of a black person who had committed suicide.
What?
And that's probably why this one is one of her worst ones, because of one, everything that she had to get for it, but two, I can't imagine that it would be easy to find these things. A dried lizard, a bat's wing, a cat's eyes, an owl's liver.
I thought you were going to say lips. That's
No.
Owls don't have lips.
Liver. And a rooster's heart.
Now, what did she do with this?
I'll get to that in a second. So you would have to take the shroud off of a person that's been dead for 9 days.
Yeah.
And then in that shroud is what you would make the bag out of. Okay, you'd use the shroud to make the bag. You would have to have a dried one-eyed toad, the little finger of a black person who had killed themselves, a dried lizard, a bat's wing, a cat's eyes, an owl's liver, and a rooster's heart. Okay, so once you gather all those ingredients, you would then hide the Gris in the victim's handbag or under their pillow, and then they would die.
See, I know what's in my purse.
Yeah. If you found the shroud of a dead person with a finger and a toad and cat's eyes and
yeah.
And then under the pillow.
As much as you and I flop around in our sleep, we would notice
some
smelly ass bag like that.
Oh yeah, because it's not going to smell nice.
Oh no.
It's been on a dead person for 9 days.
It's got some dead animal organs in it. And
yeah.
Shit.
A man's finger.
They might die from the disease the bag was carrying.
Yeah. Many white masters mistreated their slaves and often found gris filled with black pepper containing saffron, salt, gunpowder, and pulverized dog manure.
What was that to do?
I guess just put bad luck on them. In Santeria, gris bags are called, oh Jesus, resguardos, or protectors. A typical gris in Santeria, let's see. Oh, theirs is okay. So it says it's under the protection of the thunder god Chango. It usually contained herbs, spices, brown sugar, aloes, stones, or other sacred relics, tied up in red velvet and stitched with red thread. Finally, the Santerio, attaches a gold sword, the symbol of Saint Barbara.
I haven't heard of any of these saints we've mentioned so far.
Chango's image of a Catholic saint. So Chango is the thunder god, but of course, when they had to change everything, they started using saints instead. So Saint Barbara is the Catholic image, or of that god. And if the sword breaks, Chango has interceded on behalf of the owner. I had to look this one up. This is also in Santeria. I had to look up how to pronounce this. That's how, normally I can't pronounce anything anyway.
Hit me.
Guronfinda. Guronfinda.
What does that mean?
They're talismans made by the Santeria's black witches to ward off evil from themselves and direct it toward others. To make one, the witch first hollows out a guaro. It's a hard, inedible plant found in the tropics. And
I actually think I've heard of that.
Okay. And it fills it with the heads and hearts of a turtle and various specimens of parrots, the tongue and eyes of a rooster, and 7 live ants. Next, the witch adds 7 teeth, the jawbone, and some hair of a cadaver, along with the cadaver's name written on a piece of paper, and 7 coins to pay the dead spirit for his services. Then the witch pours rum over the mixture and buries it beneath the sacred sebia tree for 21 days. When he disinters, the Gris that he just created, the witch marks the outside of the fruit with chalk and then hangs the charm near his home.
How big is that piece of fruit?
Well, I mean, it's a gourd. It's
got a fucking jawbone in it?
Yeah, because I used to, you saw the gourds I used to grow to make crafts with. But that was so that black witches would make that and hang it outside their home to protect themselves from evil and direct it to other people. Because I figure, if you're a black witch, you're doing some stuff that,
sure,
you might need to send it to other people.
Sure.
So that was all of the information that I pulled forth on Gris. Now let's see how much time. That was only 21 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah. So.
Well.
You're up.
I made some Gris thingies.
See, it's so funny because we're sitting here and I'm reading all this stuff and you're like, oh, what? Oh. And you kept looking at your paper to see if you had made the Gris right. You're like, I made a bunch of Gris, but I didn't actually look and see what I was supposed to do.
Well, the thing about the number of ingredients, I had actually read that, but forgot.
Oh, okay.
And then I had started researching it, and I kept seeing stuff about Muslims and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know zero about the Muslim religion and beliefs. How am I going to do a podcast about something that I know nothing about and can't relate to at all? So, anywho, as soon as I finish this Reese cup.
Yeah, but like I said, it's it does have some Islamic history.
Islamic, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, it does have some Islamic history, but I mean, mainly it was, voodoo and hoodoo, like African.
Speaking of that, I haven't watched the American Gods season 2 yet.
I haven't. I'm going to wait for the whole thing to be done before I watch it.
And they got to go ahead for a season 3 already.
Did they?
Uh-huh.
It was really good.
Because I followed the dude, Orlando Jones, that plays the spider god.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And he mentioned it on Instagram that they got to go ahead for season 3.
It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
I love it. I really don't know how anybody could follow it without reading the book first, but you seem to be okay.
Yeah.
Because I love the book. And the guy, that one god, the white dude, Mr. World or whatever he's called.
Oh, yeah.
That's Crispin Glover.
Is it?
Love him to death. He played Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future.
Is it Mr. Universe? Mr. World?
I think it's Mr. World.
Yeah.
But I've been in love with him my whole life.
And he's one of the new gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so hold this while I go grab.
She's like, let me finish my Reese cup and then we'll get into the podcast. And now she's like, hold my paper while I go do something else and then we'll do the podcast.
So what's the first one there?
Money.
Okay, I'm going to grab my money. Gris.
Money. Oh, yeah. You're what? Wait a minute. Because okay, guys, wait a minute. Listen. See if you can hear this. Do you think that a Gris bag should...
Ding. Okay. So I didn't have any bags.
No, we did brainstorm about, like, you know, what you could, because, like, you know, when I was reading my stuff, it talked about, like, you know, wanting to use, like, felt and stuff like that. But you and I both, we believe we could use anything.
Yeah, and, you know, we're not these witches that think you need to go out and spend an exorbitant amount of money on anything. So I had this real pretty jar that a candle had been in. And after the candle was used up, I scrubbed it out and everything and had kept it. I was like, I know! Since it's a pretty decorative thing, I was thinking I could fill it up with my ingredients for my Gris for money. Yeah. And put it by my work desk where I do my readings and stuff like that. So, I'm already going to tell you right now.
It's a Gris jar.
It's a Gris. Would it even be a jar?
No, because there's no lid. It's a Gris candle holder.
We'll put a picture in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you right now, since I forgot about the numbers you're supposed to follow on ingredients, that those are a little off. So I put salt. I mean, come on, we're witches. We use salt in everything. I put salt, cinnamon. I put a bay leaf, cayenne pepper. With cayenne pepper, we're like that old lady in the commercial with the hot sauce. I put that shit on everything.
Yeah. Because you had even called me and you was like, can we put cayenne pepper? Like, because is that traditionally like a money associated? I'm like, for us it is. Because we want our money and we want it now. Yeah. We've used it in every single money spell we've ever worked, and we've always received money.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have, for my cinnamon, I didn't just sprinkle cinnamon. I used a big honking cinnamon
like
stick.
A stick.
Like it's huge. But I wanted it to look pretty in case my mom comes to visit and she's like, what's this?
Yeah.
It's like I was trying to make something pretty, Mom. Excuse me. So I said bay leaf. I put some of the money oil on my crystals that are in here. It's the money oil that you and I make and sell. And I put some cloves. I put a citrine stone for wealth. I put a piece of aventurine for luck. I was going to put pyrite because that's luck and fortune, but I couldn't find my pyrite. I have stones everywhere. I couldn't find them. I put sugar because we always use sugar with our money. And I used basil, prosperity and success, and orange peel, luck and money. So that's my money, Gree candle holder. Jesus God. Can we just take a nap?
Oh, that's so funny. You just reminded me. Okay, so the offspring is dating a really nice Christian boy. Like, he is so, like, well behaved and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was looking, they went to the mall together yesterday, and she was looking at this video game to buy it, and it had rated MA for mature audiences, and he's like, oh, no, you can't buy that. It's rated MA. So his grandmother comes to the house today. Now, probably just straight out of church, like literally. So the big dog goes flying to the door, just barking like he's going to murder somebody. And in front of this really nice little old lady that just come from church, Rain goes, Jesus Christ! It was great.
I didn't even know I did it.
It was great. I was sitting here thinking like, ooh. Anyway.
I forgot to tell you, I also, underneath all the sugar and stuff, I put some of my fingernail clippings and some of my hair in here.
Oh, yeah. To put a part of yourself.
Yes, because I want the money to be mine.
Yeah.
I want it to come to me. Now, what's next? Peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony.
Let me go get it.
And I'm going to assume that it is also in a jar.
No.
What's it in?
A bottle.
A bottle. Oh, that's in a little bottle.
We had bought these. You were with me. We were at the Dollar General. Yeah. They had these real pretty blue glass bottles, and I'm like, must have them.
It's like what, maybe like as tall as a can of pop.
Not even.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But they're little, and they were only $1 a piece. And I was like, I have to have them. And everybody around me's like, why? And I'm like, because it's pretty.
And you're like, now it's a Gris.
So, this is my Peace and Harmony one. And you're going to be impressed with my creativity.
Okay.
So, I have sugar.
Sugar.
Because I want life in my house to be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Salt. Protect my home. Protect our peace and harmony.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put basil in there. That's peace and happiness. Sandalwood. That's associated with tranquility, calm. So I took a piece of my sandalwood incense stick. Just broke a piece off, put it in there.
Hey.
Then I put some lavender. Everybody knows lavender's with calm, being at peace and shit.
Like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put some black obsidian in there. And the cork that goes in the top, I soaked it in vanilla and sandalwood oil.
Hey.
Because that's associated with
like peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony. And plus, I just wanted to be able to throw in there that we're going to be selling a meditation oil.
Yeah.
At Beltane that has sandalwood.
Ow, Boomer.
And vanilla. Don't eat her foot. She needs it. You screwed up my advertisement. So anyway, it's real cute. I'm going to put a picture of it in the Facebook group. You guys are going to be like, oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I might have to go to the Dollar General and get a bottle. Put some shit in it. What's next? Passion. Stop it. Stop.
Yelling at the dog. and he just keeps looking at you like, what?
He's like,
I love you.
Okay, are you ready?
For passion?
Yeah.
And love?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So this used to be a candle. My daughter and I, several years ago when she was little, we had melted a bunch of pink and purple crayons with a piece of string in the middle, thinking we were going to make a candle.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out too well.
Yeah, well,
So I've had this glass thing with pink wax in the bottom for ages. And I didn't want to just throw it out. But, so I was like, I know, it's already got some pink in it. You associate pink with love.
Lurb.
Lurb? Did you say lube or lurb?
Lurb.
So I took that and first, where am I at? Oh, down there. Okay. First, I put pink salt. I didn't have to use pink salt, but it's just pretty and I like it.
Yeah.
And I'm a girl.
Yeah.
And that's how I roll. You're lucky I didn't put glitter in it.
Right.
I didn't bling him out. So I got pink salt. Look how pretty. Did you look at it?
It is really pretty.
Okay.
It is.
Pink salt, basil. Basil pretty much covers everything. This basil also stands for love. I've got clove in here. Lavender. Cayenne pepper to put some heat on that bitch. Heat it up.
Yeah.
And I've got rose quartz in here. And the romance oil I made.
Yes.
That we sold at the Heyman House. Psychic Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I used some of that in here. And that is my passion Gris candle jar thing.
So that's been sitting here in your living room waiting for the podcast.
Since this morning. Wouldn't it be better served like now that we're done, like to put it in the bedroom? Yeah, I'm going to move it.
Are you going to just set it on a thing, or are you going to try to put it under the bed?
No, you know me. I like to burn fire on everything. I'll set a candle inside.
Oh yeah.
And burn candles.
Okay.
On top.
Yeah, because you like being on top.
Oh, I forgot. I threw a quartz crystal in there because it was pretty.
Hey.
There was no significance whatsoever other than the fact that I'm a girl.
Like, I think it needs something more. I'll just put a quartz crystal.
Yeah, that's what I did.
It's pretty.
Okay, what else do I have?
The last one.
Protection!
And it's not a condom. No, that would be funny if you was like, I made a protection Gris in a condom.
Ew!
Oh!
Now, this is a jar.
Oh, I love that jar.
This jar...
I have one as well.
Raven...
Actually, the Offspring also has one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all three of us have one.
You bought them for us.
Yeah.
It's a jar, and it says magic as fuck on it.
Yes.
And I use this for my protection for my home.
It's so pretty.
Excuse me. So...
And it actually has a lid.
It does. Do you want to look in it? Looky.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I put black salt, white salt.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Oh my Christ. We need to take a nap.
We need something.
Okay. Black and white salt. I put clove in there. I would tell you exactly why, but I didn't write it down, but I did research it, and it does go in for protection.
Everything that you've used in it is a correspondence to what it's for.
Yeah, I took the time and looked them all up. Basil, which is also for protection. Bay leaf, you can get rid of negative shit with bay leaves. And I put black obsidian stones in here as well. And, guys, clearly I didn't just throw this shit together and say it's going to work. You have to hold it. You got to put your intention into it while you're making them. Like, while I'm putting, like this one I'm holding in my hand, I'm like, as I'm adding the ingredients, I'm saying, protect my home, protect my family, keep my home safe, don't let any shit into my house. You have to put your intention into these things. And I'm going to have to regularly charge these and put my energy and intentions into these. I can't just let them sit in 2 years from now and be like, why isn't my jar working?
Yeah.
I have to feed it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Feed it intentions and energy. What?
On the back of your paper, it says clove protection.
Get the fuck out. Why did I write it back there?
I don't know.
That's funny. So I think when we're done, because I will forget to take pictures. I will.
Yeah.
I think we should take them ASAP.
I can, we'll take pictures when we're done today.
Yeah.
And I'll just save them in my phone until we actually.
Yeah, we can't post them yet.
Yeah, we'll have to wait till we actually.
But, I had someone, you might have mentioned this before. We read, someone asked if they could use cosmetics for their magic.
Yeah.
Or was that a group we were in?
I don't remember exactly, but I remember I don't remember where it was from, but.
My thoughts are you can put your intentions into anything.
Anything. And what I like about what you've done here with the Gris is like you've just used stuff you have in your house.
Yeah, I'm a witch on a budget.
Yeah, you legit was just like, what do I have?
Yeah.
You wasn't going to go out and buy a bunch of fabric and thread and sew stuff and
I couldn't justify spending that money.
Yeah.
It's like, should I pay my cable bill or should I go out and buy Gris bags?
Cable.
Exactly.
Bitches need Bobby Flay.
That's right. Oh, God.
So, and I saw, it was so funny because, a lot of times there's kind of coincidences, and I think it's just the phones listening to us when we're talking. Because randomly, I had a thing for Gris pop up on my phone. And in some of the stuff I was looking through online, it was a YouTube video. And this woman, and I didn't even think to write it down at the time, so I don't even remember who had done it, but she makes Gris rattles.
I was just going to ask you about that.
She makes Gris rattles, and she said that what she likes to find things that will make sounds, because obviously she's making a rattle. So, like, instead of, like, if she was going to use black pepper, she would actually use the peppercorns. So she would look for things, like, if she was going to use cinnamon, she would break up the stick.
Yeah.
And then she would use, like, the real tiny, you can get those tiny vials of, like, chips of stones.
Yes.
She would use those, and, okay. So she would take a small balloon. It looked like maybe, like, a water balloon, like you would use, to pelt your kids with water balloons. And she'd put all the ingredients down inside it. And she'd blow it up, tie a knot in it. And then she would have like a stick from outside. And she would put paper mache around the balloon and attach the stick and everything to it. Let it dry. and then paint it and decorate it and everything. So then when she would shake it, it's a rattle. You would hear it, rattling around. And she said, she was able to then pick up the Gris rattle. And when she was doing money magic, she was shaking her money rattle.
See, you would be able to do that. Mine would end up being 2 paper plates stapled together.
Yeah.
With like beans in it or something.
I'm telling you, I was the kid in kindergarten that loved that day.
Yeah.
When I walked in and I saw that there was paper plates and a bag of brown beans, I was like, yes! They would fold the paper plate in half and then like put the beans in there and staple it, and you get to paint it and color it, and then you can walk around with your little rattly bean paper plate.
We did, in 6th grade, we did something like that with a balloon, but we used string.
Yeah.
And you glued it all around, and then once it was dry, you popped it and everything.
Yeah, well, she said that the reason that she used the paper mache, which was just newspaper, she uses like a flour and water mixture to...
Really?
Yeah. And she said the reason that she would do the paper mache was because it was the easiest way to make sure the stick stayed with the rattle. Like, to use a string and do that, it wouldn't work.
Now, I thought about taking Ziploc baggies and doing these, but I felt like for the protection one, I didn't want to have just a Ziploc laying around my house with random shit in it and people being like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, picking it up.
Yeah, everybody be touching it. Mom, every time Mom comes over, Jennifer, can I throw this away?
Yeah.
And so that's why I did that. I mean, if you could get something like a small, tiny little, the little envelopes, like it would be a business card size. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you could get something like that or something small that you could carry in your wallet to do a money one, I think it'd be really smart to put in there.
Yeah.
But, I just wanted mine to be able to be decorative and have out in my house and have people not wanting to do an exorcism on me.
Well, because I like that even with yours where they're kind of in the candle holders, like someone's not going to pick that up and shake it.
No. Because
they can see inside and see like, okay, I don't want to shake this up.
Yeah.
So they're not going to disturb it as easily as if even a bag, like a traditional Gris bag that's all sewn and everything.
Yeah.
Someone might pick that up and be like, what's this?
Well, plus, how I like to, when I set my intentions with things, I always love to grease up a damn candle and burn it on top of whatever I'm doing. That's just me.
Yeah, we use candles for everything.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So I wanted things that I could, the only one I won't be able to really burn a candle on is my peace and harmony one in the bottle. But you know me, I'll find a way. I'll put it next to it.
I wonder if you could even balance a little chime candle holder on top of the cork.
Maybe.
And burn a chime candle on it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But, so I'll have to figure out a creative way. Like, knowing me, I might even, I'll put my intentions into an incense stick.
Yeah.
And then I'll take the cork out and let some of the...
Yeah.
Stick it in there and let some of that smoke with my intentions go inside the bottle.
Yeah.
And recharge it.
You would just have to be careful and not burn the incense stick that you... If you were going to do that, use an actual sandalwood.
Yeah.
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 Because you wouldn't want to catch the one you have in there for the ingredient on fire as well.
That'd make me mad. I'd have to put another one in there.
Yeah.
But I get my incense sticks. I get a box of 100 for $7 and something at Walmart.
Yeah.
They smell so good.
You're like, I love them.
I have started doing something. I know this is off topic, but I've had a hard time keeping my energy clear with all the readings I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started, I'll light an incense stick and I'll sit there and just go all over my body with it. I'll hold my arms up. I look like I'm insane. When my family walks in the room, they're like, she's officially lost her mind. I'll be putting incense around my feet, behind my head, everywhere. And I can feel myself just relax.
Yeah.
So apparently that's turned out to be a really good way for me to clear myself.
Yeah.
Because shit sticks to me like I'm like an energetic sponge.
Well, and the offspring doesn't like the smell of sage.
Oh, God, when I burn sage, everybody in the house thinks I'm getting stoned. They're like, are you smoking weed? And then she doesn't know what weed smells like. She's just like, that fucking stinks. And so, and I can't use the Palo Santo or Santo Palo, however you say it. I love the smell of that stuff, but I can't because she'll start bitching saying the whole house smells. And I just don't like having to deal with anybody when I'm trying to do my witch work or my energetic work. So
Yeah, you should start doing.
what? Living by myself.
Well, there's that. Maybe keep a bottle of the Get the Fuck Out spray that we make.
Yeah.
And you could just like spray a little bit on your clothes and then you'll be done.
I don't know. I like incense.
We need to make a Get the Fuck Out body wash.
That'd be easy.
Yeah.
That'd be real easy.
So I think that's it for Gris.
Yes, guys, that's it. Any lesson that involves me planning it, it's going to be quick and dirty.
Yeah, this is going to be a short one. It's like 45 minutes.
Because I take a lot of classes on Udemy, and the ones that I do really well with are the ones where each lesson's like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
But anything longer than that, they've lost me. My brain's off in la la land. I can't remember anything they've said.
Yeah. You're like, what is going on? I don't know.
So, anyway, I don't think a lot of our listeners are in our Facebook group, honestly.
Yeah. And I actually approved a new person here recently to join the group.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't they're from some, I think Portland, I think maybe. I'd have to go look again. So thank you for joining if you're listening. They found us somehow. I'm assuming it was through the podcast. So if if you're listening and you haven't go join the group. We do have it to where we have to approve. But that's just because we don't want to, approve someone that's like the prince from Nigeria that's just wanting to marry you. Like, we're going to go look.
They're looking for some lucky person to leave their fortune to.
Yeah. Like, we're going to go look, and if a person, like, literally just created their profile and have, like, 2 pictures on there.
Yeah.
And no, we're not going to accept that. And that's the whole reason why we have it where you have to, it's a closed group and you have to get permission.
Plus, we don't want one of my parents to join.
Well, there's that. There is that. So, we'll accept anyone. Just send a friend request. You can find it if you go to our website. It's featherandbone.net. And there is a link to the Facebook group there. Now, if you're just on Facebook and you want to find us, you search Feather and Bone.
And is spelled out.
Out. Yeah, it's not the symbol. It's actually spelled out. And there's going to be a few that pop up. We're not the only one on Facebook. Ours, the little picture that goes along with ours, is white. And it has black feathers and antlers. That's how you'll find us on Facebook.
Yeah.
But the easiest way really is just to go to featherandbone.net, and the link directly to it is there.
Yeah.
You'll find a link to the podcast website. Like, there's some people that listen to this through Spotify. We do have an actual website on podbean.com.
Mm-hmm.
So the link to that is there. And of course we have our shop. Where we have our products listed. We need to update it because
we do.
We have oils that we sell now, and then the spell kits have still not made it on there.
And we've had those for ages. We
have been talking about needing to add that for a long time, and we just haven't done it.
We've had those made since before Halloween.
Yeah. So, and we got a lot of them.
December, January, February, March, April. They've been up for 7. We've had them for 7 months.
Yeah.
And haven't added them to the site.
We suck. We do suck. And then of course we have lessons, where we,
and the lessons are free, guys.
Yeah, they're free, free access. You can take what you want from them. Disregard, because we're not Wiccan. We just classify ourselves as energists. We're meta witches.
Yes.
So, we do teach some basic stuff that you're going to get in Wicca, in, witchcraft, other types of things, but it's always with our spin on it.
Yeah.
So you can find the lessons on there as well.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, our next public appearance will be at Beltane in the Forest.
Yeah.
On May the 19th. It's a Sunday in Charleston, West Virginia.
West by God, Virginia.
West by God. And we're going to be there. We'll do tarot readings. We're going to have our merchandise for sale. And we are also going to be doing the opening ritual.
Yeah.
Feather and Bone. Of course, it's the Coven of the Wildwood. But
that's our actual coven name.
Yeah, the Feather and Bone is the metaphysical side of what, like the shop side of what we do.
Yeah.
But so I think that's it. We do we were approached by the Heyman House again.
Yeah.
They're going to have another psychic fair.
Yeah, they're having like a party.
I think that might be two separate things.
What?
Because because they the Heyman House had put a post on Facebook asking for vendors and psychics again, that they were going to have another psychic fair. So I said that Feather and Bone would be there, and then I think there was a psychic party that they were talking about that is in the works or something. Mm-hmm. But I don't know the dates. I think that's still in the early stages. So
okay.
So I think that's it.
That's all, everybody.
That's it. We're going to take a break and come back and record another podcast.
Oh boy.
Of course, you guys only get them one at a time. Remember, it's magic, motherfuckers.